Hey, mathematicians. So the last assignment here, one of the last pages here is division story problems. And this page, which is page 24, is the only page you need to do. If you want to go a little further, you can do page 25, which is more division story problems. I'm only going to be going over page 24 for this lesson. Now, division story problems are probably some of the most difficult math problems for fifth graders to solve and understand because it's hard for us in general to be able to figure out what is the question asking and then how do I solve it. So we're going to talk about that today. And hopefully after you work through these three problems, you will be able to have a better understanding of division and story problems. Now, I believe all three of these has some sort of a remainder. So we have to figure out what we want to do with those remainders. So that's part of division story problems is what do we do with those remainders if there is a remainder with the story problem? Okay. So for each problem on this page and the next page, which is optional, we're going to write an equation, including parentheses if needed. So if the parentheses are needed to match the situation. So we have to do that. Check. We have to find the answer. You can use base 10 pieces to model and solve the part of the problem that requires division. We aren't going to use base 10 pieces because we don't have those right now. And we would in class, but we're not going to rely on those at home. The third thing is label your answer with the correct units. Okay, check. So if there is a problem talking about cupcakes, like the first one is, or cookies, sorry. If there's a problem talking about cookies and there's a remainder, what do we do with those extra cookies? The second one is money. So we need to label our answers, no naked numbers, as I say. And then the last thing is explain what you did with the remainder and why. So like I said, we're going to have remainders. So we need to figure out what we're going to do with those. So here we go. So we're going to talk about what are we doing with the problems? What is it asking? So number one says, Josh and his three friends baked cookies last Saturday. Okay, Josh and his three friends. It's already giving me information. Josh and his three friends is how many friends? So right now we know we have four people we're dealing with, right? It's not really three because it's Josh plus him plus his friends equals four friends. Okay. When they were finished, they had 65 cookies. All right. They got 65 cookies right now. So far, it's like, okay, what is 65 divided by four? But it's not going to be that easy, folks. Here we go. Each of the four friends, so that's Josh and his three friends, each of the four friends ate two cookies right away. All right. So if they ate two cookies and there's four of them, the operation for that would be four times two. So right now we already know they ate eight cookies. Okay. Each of the four friends ate two cookies right away and then divided the rest that they had left over equally to take home. How many? And then they divided the rest equally to take home. It's always that equally. We're going to talk about that word equally so much. So they divided the rest to take home. How many cookies did each of the friends get to take home? All right, so let's get going. So once you figure out what the question is asking, solving it is kind of fun, in my opinion. So here's how the equation would look. So we're starting with 65 because that's how many cookies we have total. Then we're going to subtract what they ate right away, which was the 4 times 2, okay? So I'm going to write 4 times 2. So we're subtracting the 8. So we're taking 65 minus 8 because they each ate 2. Then we will divide this total. We can also put this in a bracket to let us know we're taking this whole total here, the 65 minus the 8. We're going to divide that by the four friends because that's the question is how many cookies did each friend take home? Okay. So that's our question. So let's do 65 divided by 4. So you could do, Mr. Mack likes the ratio table, or you could do, I call it the give and take strategy, or some people call it the hangman strategy. So let's try the hangman strategy. So it looks a lot like long division. Oh, Before I put my number in here, I totally forgot. You guys probably caught that. I'm not dividing by 65. I'm dividing by 65 minus this number here, which is 8. So I have to take away those 8. They don't exist anymore. They're in those kids' tummies. So 65 minus 8, 65 minus 10 is 55. And there's two more than that. So it's 57. So if I have 57 total cookies left over, that's what the friends are now dividing by. So I use this division symbol here, which is telling me I'm dividing the 57 by the 4 friends. And then this hangman strategy, we call it hangman because we bring that line down. We just kind of guess and check until we get to the number where there's either no remainders or a remainder that's less than 4. So a happy number Mr. Mac always likes to start with is 10. So if I start with 10, then I am going to put a 10 on the other side of my hangman line. And so right now in my head, I'm thinking, okay, 4 can go into 57 10 times. Okay. So I'm trying to get as close to 57 as I can. So we're going to whittle our number down. So 4 can go into 57 10 times. So the way I figure that out to see if I'm correct or if I'm close is I multiply the 4 times the 10, and that gives me 40. And I'm going to take that away now. I'm going to take that 40 away from the 57. And I'm going to be left with a remainder or some more cookies. So right now, the boys, I'm guessing, have taken 10 cookies each, which is 40 total cookies. Okay, so I know there's more to be taken. So when I subtract that, 57 minus 40, I'm left with 17. So now, right now, each of the boys has 10. Okay, you get 10, you get 10, you get 10, and you get 10. Now we have 17 cookies left. So we need to figure out what to do with those 17. So I start over. I do the same thing with the 4. There's still 4 friends. Right now they have 10 cookies each, and I have 17 left over. So how many times can 4 or 4 groups fit into 17? Well, I know that I can get really close if I give each friend 4 more cookies. Okay. So how many total cookies would that be if I gave Josh 4, his other friend 4, his other friend 4, and his other friend 4? So that would be 4 times 4. That means I gave another 16 away. And I take that away from the original 17 minus 16, and there's 1. There's 1 cookie left, and I don't have enough to give each of the friends more, but I can do something with that cookie. So right now, as it stands, each friend gets 14 cookies. Okay? So 57 divided by 4 equals 14. And there's how many remaining? There's this 1 remaining cookie. So we put an R for remainder or remaining. And there's 1 cookie. So there's a 14 remainder of 1. We could stop there, but it says, if you remember, it says on the last thing, it says explain what you did with the remainder and why. What are we going to do with that cookie? Well, there's 4 friends, right? We could split that cookie into fourths. So if I split my cookie into 4 equal parts, Josh would get 1/4. His first friend Sammy would get the second fourth. His other friend Timmy would get the third fourth, and his last friend Blake would get the other fourth. I just made those names up. But each friend would get a fourth. So really, when we think about it, we have a remainder of 1 whole cookie, but with that cookie, we could even split up into further quarter pieces and give to each friend. So our real answer is 14 and a fourth cookies. You cannot forget to label. So that is telling us this answer right here is our final answer. How many will each friend get? Each friend will get 14 and 1/4 cookies. Does that make sense? So Josh will get an extra fourth. Now, some kids say, Mr. Mac, just throw that cookie away or give it to my dog. Yeah, you can do that too. And then each friend would only get 14 cookies, and that remaining cookie would go to the dog or go to Josh's dad. That's what I would like. But this is just to show you that we have to account for those remainders. Just because there's a remainder, we have to be able to account for it. And how can we divvy those remainders up equally? Okay, number 2. Let's see what this question is asking us. I like these. These are some of my favorite questions, but they're kind of difficult. Number 2, Sarah and 5 of her friends. So we have Sarah and 5 of her friends. That's really 6 friends. They did chores all of Saturday and earned $75. Okay, so 6 friends earned $75. Sarah's dad was so pleased with their work that he gave each of the six children a $2 tip. So each of the 6 children, $2 tip. So 6 times 12. Did you guys pick up on that? 6 times 2. Okay, each of the 6 children a $2 tip in addition to the $75. And then they shared the work equally. There's that important word. They shared the work equally. So they want to share all the money equally. How much money will each person get? Okay, so let's think about it. So they did 6 friends did their chores and they earned $75. Okay. And then, just like before, there are 6 friends and they earn $2 each. So we're going to add 6 times 2 to the 75. Now, we're going to do all of this. So I'm going to put the whole number sentence at the beginning in a bracket. Now, this is just telling me that I'm going to do the 6 times 2 first and then add the 75 before I divide. We're dividing by how many friends? There are 6 friends. So there's my expression. Okay, so let's solve this first. So 75 plus 12. Let's see, 75 plus 10 is 85. 85 plus 2 more is 87. So our new problem is $87. That's how much their Sarah's dad gave them, and now they want to divide that by 6. Let's do the give and take again. So we're dividing 6 by $87. Mr. Mack loves the number 10. So what if each of the girls or each of the friends got $10? How much total would that be? 10 times 6 is $60. So we're whittling our way down. Okay. So if each friend got $10, they would have now $17 left over that they have to split up between the 6 of them. Well, can each of them earn $3 more? Let's see. If each earned $3 more, that would be 6 times 3. That's $18. They didn't get $18. They only have 17 left. So that's too many. So I know I'm going to have to divide it by 2. So now each kiddo will get $2 more. Okay. So total right now they have $12. So out of the $17 that's left over, 2 times 6 is 12. So now they have $5 left. So each kid will earn $12 and there's a remaining $5 left, R5. Okay, what are we going to do with that $5? Well, we're not going to just give it to one kid. That wouldn't be fair. They want to share all $5 equally. So how can we split up $5 between 6 kids? Well, we're going to have to use change, right? We're going to have to split up each dollar amount and figure out. Oh, nope, I did that wrong. Sorry. Go back. Sorry, I am so sorry. Even Mr. McIntosh sometimes gets a little crazy here. Okay, I just realized what I did. 86 minus 60 is not 17, it's 27. Silly Mr. Mac. So I need to figure out 6 into 27, not 17. Ugh. I did that on purpose to test you. That's a teacher trick. All right, so how many times can 6 go into 27? I'm just going to give it to you. It's 4. So I know that they can have an extra $4. I was wondering why that 5 didn't make sense. I am so sorry about that. So now, if each friend got 4 more dollars, that would be a total of $24. And we have a remainder of $3. So right now, the friends got $14 with a remainder of 3. Okay, that's better. So $14 with a remainder of $3. So how can we split 3 into 6? That doesn't make sense, Mr. Mack. You can't split a little number into a big number. Well, you can when it's money. So let's think about this. So if each friend, let's call them A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and F. So if each friend, we're splitting up this $3, okay? They already got their 14. They're good there. They got their 14. So now we're trying to split this 3 up. Half of 6 is 3, right? So they need to split up the $3. How can we do that? If they each got $1 more, that would be $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6. Half of $1, though. What's half of $1? 50 cents. What if each kid got 50 extra cents? Well, that means 2 friends. If each friend got 50 cents, if we took 2 friends, that's $1. Another 2 friends, that's another dollar. And then the last 2 friends total, that's another dollar. There's $3 total right there. So if we half the $3 between 6 kids, each kid would get 50 cents. So the total amount of money that Sarah and her friends would get would be $14.50 each. Now, I know I moved through that kind of quick and I even messed up on part of it, but that's how you would solve that. So you have to figure out, especially if it's money, people get very serious about money and you better be equal with that money. Trust me. Okay, number 3. Mrs. O'Donnell is taking 36, and Mrs. O'Donnell is taking 36 fifth graders and 7 helpers on a field trip. So right now I already know that we have 36 plus 7 plus 1, because we cannot forget about Mrs. O'Donnell. So 36 plus 8 adults. She wants to give each person, including herself, so there we go, 36 plus 8, 2 granola bars for snacks. Okay, so first we have to figure out how many granola bars we're going to need. But then it asks if there are 5 granola bars in a box, how many boxes will she need to buy? Okay, so this is real life. This is what Mr. Mack does sometimes when we go on field trips. So, um, so let's start with the 36 fifth graders plus the 8 adults. Okay, and then let's put parentheses around that and then multiply that by 2. But why are we multiplying by 2? Well, she wants to give 2 granola bars to each person. So there's 36 fifth graders plus 8 adults, doubling it times 2 for the granola bars, okay? Now we're going to have to figure out what we're dividing by. So let's put that into the bracket. We're going to divide this by the amount that come in each box, which is 5. Okay. So it's 36 plus 8 times 2 divided by 5. So let's figure out what 36 plus 8 times 2 is first. Then we'll have the number to divide by 5. So 36 plus 10 is 46. Take away 2 from that because it's only 8 is 44. Now it's times 2. So there's 44 people total. We're doubling it up because she wants to give 2 granola bars to each person. And that's 88. So we have 88 granola bars divided by 5. I'm going to do the give and take one more time because I love it so much, or the hangman. Okay, let's start with 10 again. So if each person gets, if there's 5 boxes and 5 granola bars per box, and there's 88 granola bars we need. How many boxes will we need? Well, let's start with 10 boxes first. Okay. Right now, 10 times 5, that's 50 granola bars we've bought so far. Okay, we need to buy some more boxes. How about 5? Should we do, now we're up 38. So if our number was 38, how many boxes? Let's try 5. So 5 boxes gives us 25 granola bars. Now we're left with 13 granola bars. We're so close. Let's do 2 because I know 5 times 2 is 10, but 5 times 3 is 15. So that would be too many. So 10, and I have a remainder of 3 granola bars. So right now I have 17 boxes, but there's 3 remaining granola bars. So the question is, how many boxes does she need? So if I bought 17 boxes right now, I would only have 85 granola bars because I have 3 left over. I need to account for those extra 3 granola bars. I'm not going to leave one person with only one. I want everybody to have 2. So the easiest thing to do is to buy an extra box. So we have to buy, really we have to buy 18 boxes, right? We are going to have 2 remaining, like this says remaining 3, but it really means we need 3 more. When we buy 18 boxes, we'll know we'll be covered for everybody in our field trip, and we'll have 2 extra granola bars that we don't need to worry about. But the question is how many boxes to make sure that we have enough. Okay, so that's where the 18 boxes comes in. Whoops, 18 boxes. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, and we'll talk about this during one of our Zooms this week as well. So I hope you're able to come and see Mr. Mack, and we'll talk more about division story problems. Tough math, but once you figure out what to do, it's not that bad. Alrighty.